Champion. Gold. Executive spaces. This is where we talk, in detail about a lot of things in the culture, within the battles, with the confines of the battles for the most part. And we got matchups on the way. Compendium has not dropped in time. However, it's looking like y'all want Sue Surf versus JC. Most of the comments are saying Sue Surf versus JC for the compendium, so we don't have those results. We could double back tomorrow and do that compendium, but we can talk about it still. We got, in my eyes, playoff matchups. I just feel like certain battles mean more when, you have people that's higher up in the ranks over the course of years. Like, shout out to A-Ward and Rum Nitty. That means a lot to me. Tay-Rock versus Swamp means something to me. Sue Surf versus JC means something to me. Easy to block, Captain. I almost messed up. My fault. I can't say that matchup. Let me chill. I don't want to get fined. But we can start with A-Ward and Rum Nitty. What's y'all takes on this particular battle? Who y'all got winning and why?
That is, I'm going to start it off because I got to get back to work, like I said. But this is Justin, the life coach. Talk to me nice, YouTube, all that. That is my potential battle of the year.
Ooh.
Right now, my potential battle of the year. It means a lot for a champion of the year, for sure. And I'm going to say this right now. I got A-Ward with a 2-1 clear.
Woo!
A-Ward with a 2-1 clear. That's
Why?
my take for today.
Why?
Because A-Ward right now, when you on a tear, you on a tear. Like when Kobe scored all them 40 points in a row, he was just on a tear. A-Ward right now is unbelievable. Right now, the things he's coming up with, the things he's putting out, and the intricacy of his verses, like he's tying things in together that you're not even thinking about. And I know Rum gonna punch his head off. I understand that. But A-Ward is doing so much right now. Right now, he's just hot. And it's like the easy block captain thing. I'm not going to pick against Easy right now. He's too hot.
I'm
not picking against A-Ward. That's why I got him 2-1 clear.
All right. Who else want to go? Nitty, A-Ward.
I'll hop in real quick. Tito KMF, TITO KMF on everything. Go ahead and Google me. Here's the thing, right? A thing that I look for in great battle rappers and great artists is how well-rounded you are. And A-Ward is one of the most well-rounded battle rappers in the game right now. He does everything. I love. Not many people.
You got that Iron Man. Gotta fix that audio.
Remarkable to see. Now, I think we good? Yo.
You need like 10 seconds, bro. You start to take your round from the top. Speak again.
We good? Hello?
You good now?
We hear you good now. All right, my bad. Basically, I think this is the late contender for Battle of the Year. This has all the makings of one of the best battles we've seen in a while. And, you know what I'm saying? Like, to be honest, A-Ward writes up. He's one of the very few people who can still write up even when they're at a top level. Look at his Geechee rounds. Look at that second round versus Reed Dollars. That second round versus Reed is crazy. I'm sure a lot of you have seen it, but that second round.
And it hit harder in Philly.
And how crazy is that, boy? That it would have in Philly, it would have hit harder. How crazy is that's crazy to me. So I do think that Rum Nitty is obviously, we're always going to put respect on his name. I don't have it clear because Rum Nitty's always good for guaranteed winning one round because he's going to pack a round. That's how one of his rounds is going to be insane. Like A-Ward, like we always do this with Nitty. We just say the person he's battling, say his name.
Mm-hmm.
And he going to flip it 8 different ways. But I do have A-Ward 2-1 with a slight edge. But I definitely don't think this will be a close battle, or don't think this will be. It will be a very close battle, is what I meant to say.
Mm-hmm.
And it's battle of the year. It has battle of the year written all over it, man. It really does.
Hopefully.
I can hop in next. I'm gonna as both of these gentlemen said before me, Battle of the Year potential extremely. Complete style clash, and with A Ward's kind of raw as a battle rapper that he reminds me of, at least when I look at a battle like this, is I can see shades of like an early Iron Solomon. Extremely well-rounded, good with the pen, angling, and then his freestyling ability is some one-of-one. I don't know if we've quite seen anything like A Ward's freestyling ability, in my opinion. But as for the battle, it's going to attract a lot of different fans that like different things. They both do drastically different things. So I hate, not in a cop-out, but I can easily see this being preference. They both have over a month prep, so we're going to get very prepared, great material for both. But I'm going to have to go with Rum Nitty 2-1 edge.
Oh.
And big part of that is the prep. When Nitty has gotten, I believe the last battle that he had a month's prep for was Danny. And that was an extremely kind of well-versed Nitty. Not the punches were obviously crazy as per usual, but a little more comedy, some more scheme and more complex writing characteristics in that battle. And I could see him getting into a different bag and showing a lot of different skill sets while still punching at the level he's known for punching for. But like I said, maybe if you like the angling more, what Ward brings to the table, I could see people edging Ward, but I have to go with Nitty 2-1 going in.
Who else we got?
Fat Boy, Down
Talk to me.
Wild, New Era Podcast, Sundays at 12. Listen, we late, man. We gonna pull up at 12:20. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. We gonna be late.
R&T,
Okay.
that's what we like.
So yeah, that's what we do. So here's the thing. We're gonna talk a little Cody, if that's okay with y'all.
Yeah, well, listen, whenever you want, go ahead.
So right now,
Go ahead.
Absolutely.
Champion.
I currently have A Ward sitting at number 3. He has
That's where I got him at too. Number 3 is where I got him at too.
Okay. I got him at 8 wins, 0 losses this year, and 2 debateables. I currently have Rum Nitty sitting just outside the top 20 at number 21. And this battle could either make or break Rum Nitty's year. I would like to think that in battling A Ward and watching what happened to Geechee Gotti in battling A Ward, that Nitty is going to take this extremely serious. I'm not going to let you destroy my chances at a bag at the end of the year, even if I don't get it, excuse me. I'm going to go with Rum Nitty, finding a way to get it done 2-1. I like the lyricism that they both produce. I think A Ward is definitely more well-rounded, especially with the freestyles. But the speaker before me said it clearly. Bro, I think that giving Rum Nitty more than a month is dangerous. That is way too much time. So I got Nitty.
And this is actually a question that I wanted to ask. Thank God we're talking about this. Because Rum Nitty with prep time is like Batman with prep time, basically.
Oh,
like it's different.
Yeah.
But let's not act like a Rum Nitty punch with 1 month's prep isn't in the same stratosphere as a top tier A Ward rebuttal in the building. Top tier A Ward rebuttals in the moment in the building can hit just as hard as any line Rum spits. And that's
Any
what
line?
makes
Any line?
in the building. Let me be specific. In the building, because rebuttals be getting reaction off of nothing. Trash rebuttals get you know what I'm saying?
I'll give you that. I'll give you that.
Be getting reaction. We're not gonna act like that's not a thing that happens on the off rip. But A-War rebuttals are just different. So it might not translate. It might look a little bit closer on camera, on the watch back. You might really be able to appreciate that. Bro, I'm still watching that Shine, that second round versus Shine that Rum did, and I'm still catching shit. I didn't catch the first 4 times I watched that. That round is crazy.
I got a question for you.
Go ahead, King.
Are the Lakers fans cheering hard for Steph Curry's half-court shot? Because you asking A Ward to hit those haymakers at a home game for Nitty at the Riot. This is Brothers League.
Wait, is this a home game if it's in Atlanta?
No, this is in Atlanta.
This ain't in that.
I thought it was in Atlanta.
It's in Atlanta.
Oh, that changes everything.
Yeah.
Oh.
September 4th.
That changes everything, Rum. I'm
Champion.
Oh my God! This ain't a home game.
Oh no, it's right.
He said, "Oh no,
No.
He about to switch back to A Ward.
I wanna step in if I can, just to address two things real quick. Damn, I'm Wild was talking about some Cody rankings, and I do agree with part of what he said. Me personally, I have A Ward at 9, and I have Nitty at 10 on my personal tracker. I've been doing it month to month since the start of the year.
Okay.
But I do think what you said about the make or break battle is extremely true. I think if Ward was to clear Nitty here, to have the Swamp and the Ward loss, and Ward, in my opinion, being his top comp that he's faced so far this year, I do think it could make or break the case. But them being neck and neck on the rankings, if they were to put on a classic, I think you could see both of them, go high up. Or if, somehow the battle was to stink, which I don't think any of us see it going that way, I could see them both dropping. But yeah, in terms of the rebuttals too, I think rebuttals, for me, I always view it as rebuttal gives you a head start in a round. If you're able to open up with a haymaker or two compared to how other rounds usually progress, that's a head start. And if Nitty has not an amazing round, that can hurt. If Nitty has like an 8 out of 10 round and out the gate, Ward produces a rebuttal. But if we get one of those Nitty seconds like you spoke of, I mean, Shine is like peak, but anywhere near that level, you can get 1 or 2 rebuttals off, but you still might have to match 7 or 8 haymakers. So that his actual writing, which it is sound, his actual writing, his writtens, but his writtens are going to have to meet just as much as his rebuttals. I don't think he can be a top heavy in this round, so to say.
What else we got? Talk to me.
Okay. Against the norms in the building. Go follow me at Instagram and also on Caffeine. Executive Suite, man, y'all making some very, very good points. I'm gonna keep it short and sweet. I got 2-1 A Ward, and the reason why I got 2-1 A Ward, and I'm an edge. It's not gonna be a clear 2-1. It's gonna be an edge 2-1. The reason why I got A Ward is because Rum Nitty, we already know the obvious. A Ward is a well-rounded MC. Rum Nitty, he's good. He's a very good punch, MC. He punches a lot. Rum Nitty has, what I see is Rum Nitty has a hard time with 2 things: battle rappers and MCs that's well-rounded, and MCs and battle rappers that can take the spotlight off of them. Because
and who did that? Who did that?
And this is Hollow. He had some trouble with Hollow. T-Top. Okay.
Yeah, third round. Yeah.
Third. Okay. And I could also say Swamp. Swamp took the spotlight from Rum Nitty. Rum Nitty was punching, and we was like, okay, yeah, those some fire punches, but Swamp took over. He didn't have haymakers that was punches and haymakers that was as in a consistent rate as Rum Nitty. Mm-hmm. But when Swamp landed a haymaker, it rocked. Like I could say, like equivalent, like Swamp's 1 haymaker.
Swamp was fighting for his life, dog. Swamp was literally fighting for his life. I feel like he owed some money somewhere, and I'm gonna take it out on Nitty. He did something with that. He's fighting for his life. I don't know where that came from.
I like Nitty. I like Nitty, but I just see like a pattern of when Rum Nitty goes against battle rappers that's well-rounded or can take the spotlight from him. We can even use K-Shine. Yes, Rum Nitty choked in the 3rd round, but K-Shine performed it like you have, like in order to beat Rum Nitty, you have to take the spotlight off of him. You have to take the attention off him because he punch at a very rapid pace, and also is creative. We'd be like, oh shit, like so. Rum Nitty gets our attention. The other battle rappers, the battle rappers he's going against, they have to take that attention off of him to beat him. That's just my opinion about it. So I got A Ward. I got A Ward 2-1 edge, and I'm looking forward to this battle. This is a very, very good battle. I agree with the Executive Suite. This is one of them ones. This is one of them Champion of the Year battles. That could get, my bad, not Champion of the Year, Battle of the Year type of battle.
Shit, both, man, possibly.
Hey, y'all, I agree with him. Can y'all hear me?
I can hear you good.
Here.
Okay, cool. This is Executive Dave, Detroit Dave, if you didn't know. I'm a sneaker guy, man. That's what it is.
Yeah.
So, I agree with what Against the Odds said. Basically, that's a mirror of my opinion. I feel like Ward has just been on the tear this year, and I feel like he's just too well-rounded. And I've seen Nitty do more, as someone else said earlier, especially like in the Danny battle. And that's even a debatable battle. You can really give it to Danny or Nitty. But I feel like A Ward is just too well rounded, so I will edge him. I'm not gonna say it's a clear battle because Nitty can be Nitty. And if he come one of them second rounds and he have a better third round, which might be hard to have a better third round than A Ward, but let's just say he have a better first round. Nitty can win, but I just feel like right now it's just Ward's time, man. I just feel like that. Also, I'm having an issue with Wi-Fi in my apartment, so if anybody having a problem hearing me, just let me know.
You good? You clear?
And then also, Black, if I drop out, because the last time I dropped out like 3 times, I'm just gonna put my hand up. So
I got you.
All right, thank you, sir.
I got a question. For the executives. Who you think is more anticipated going into this battle, Rum Nitty or A Ward? And what I mean by anticipated, by who do the fans want to see as of right now? More.
A Ward. It's this is like A Ward's combination battle, right? Like this is like everybody says he can't be URL guys, even though he beat Scotty. He has to be on URL, and then you're getting one of the top premium individuals from URL. So
I agree.
So I never got my take on this, and I think A Ward wins. Clear. Like it's gonna be one of those things where you're like, wow, we didn't know.
You said 30?
Yeah, clear. And because
Basically, that's what he's saying.
He don't
what I was gonna say. Every time I have high expectations around Nitty, he lets me down. Like the Tay-Rock battle, the battle. Like every time, like I'm like, oh, Nitty's gonna come in here well prepared. Nobody can beat him. Blah blah blah. He always drops the ball. He chokes. He comes half stepping, and then he said he also was gonna try to do freestyling, like match him. And when people get criticized about Rum Nitty is when he doesn't stick to what he does. His best stuff is when he's just Rum Nitty. His best battle of all time, in my opinion, is his Iron Solomon battle. He never tried to be Iron Solomon, and he was fantastic. Just if he hears this, he just needs to stick to what he does. Don't try to do what A Ward does. Just don't worry about trying to be the best rapper. Just be the best Rum Nitty that day, and you might have a shot. But if you try to come in there trying to be like A Ward, stumbling, fumbling, it's gonna get dark for you quick. Just in my opinion.
Hey man, that battle's a fucking classic, man. I love Iron Solomon versus Rum Nitty. I ain't gonna lie, bro.
I think
that battle's a fucking classic.
That's my favorite battle of all time.
Yeah, it's the best battle of all time.
It's my favorite classic.
Whoa. Best battle of all time. Cool, hold on.
Best battle of all time.
What we doing? Hold on. Come on. What we doing? Hold up. We not doing that though.
We can argue that, but it gives you everything in battle rap encompasses. Freestyle, haymakers. It's incredible. It's incredible.
It's incredible. It's not the best of all time though. That's your opinion.
Yeah, I mean, okay. All right. You want to push back? Give me another battle.
A-Verb, Hitman, Holler.
A-Verb versus Hitman.
Thank you. 2 people said it at the same time.
Like, all right, so 6 rounds of quality between Rum Nitty and Iron Solomon versus A-Verb winning a battle because of the 3rd round. His first 2 were okay. They were okay.
That battle was crazy.
Hitman was crazy. A-Verb was in.
Oh my God! What did we? Hey, listen.
We're not doing that. Hold on.
I can't. Not today.
It's okay, bro. Yo, A-Verb was crazy.
They got me coughing now, bro.
Running behind the line. Never mind.
Hold up, man. What are we doing?
Bro,
What we doing?
Bro, we didn't. Not every time we have to talk about Verb. Every time we seem to circle back to Verb. We don't need to do that.
What we doing? That was the vintage A-Verb, Hitman, Holler. All 3 rounds was good. It wasn't just the 3rd round. What we talking about?
Yes.
I do personally agree. I think that Iron Solomon versus Rum Nitty to me is also my personal best battle of all time. But I don't know if I'd be as harsh on Verb and Hitman. But I do agree that the bar for bar quality, all pieces of battle rap covered. I also think Nitty and Iron is at least a candidate for the best.
Keyword personal. Keyword
Yeah,
personal.
yeah.
Of course, I know nobody got my personal favorite battle is Geechee and Surf. That all three rounds, both of them was just wild. Hold on. You said nobody? Hey, you got one over here. It's not my number one, but it's definitely in my top 5. That battle is crazy. Like,
No, 9, Geechee Gotti versus Sue Surf. This is my personal opinion. That is Sue Surf's best performance.
It's
you
funny.
think
I disagree.
You think that them 3 rounds against Surf, 3 rounds against Geechee was better than 3 rounds that he went against John John? I do.
Yes,
I don't think them 3 rounds better than his 3 rounds for him and Holler.
I will watch Geechee versus Surf more times in my life than I will watch that other shit.
I'm spilling coffee like we said, like a running late. Man, no, he walked over the coffee line. He said my favorite bar in battle rap history in that battle. When he said closed caskets, we don't even know if he in that bitch. That is crazy.
Hold on, traction. We gotta get back to the task at hand, and that's Rum Nitty versus A-Ward. Let me just repop this stuff again. Sloppy, Dusty, Soft, Unmitigated Golden Temerity, The Audacity. What are we doing here today? Huh? What is happening? The majority of this entire executive suite has picked A-Ward over Nitty, and they said more anticipated A-Ward. When did shit shift? Within a year? It shifted in a year. Hold on, it shifted in a year. I'm not saying y'all wrong, but it shifted within 1 year. What happened to Nitty?
We can't say.
And what happened with A-Ward?
Because we can't say 1 year because A-Ward been on this streak beyond just 2022. But my question to you, Black, if you're saying in 1 year, do you think Rum Nitty is more anticipated than Easy the Block Captain right now? Because that's been 1 year.
No, Easy's more anticipated right now.
Okay, so that's what I'm saying. So that's what,
that's a little different though. That's a little different.
I'll say it.
That's a little different
I'll
though.
be the one to say it since nobody.
And
wants
Easy
to say
popping
it.
a whole bunch. Popping a whole bunch of shit is different, bro.
This is Rum Nitty's biggest battle this year. In case y'all wondering.
Hold on. Let me flip it. It's my question too. Is this A-Ward's biggest battle this year?
100%. I agree on both sides.
Easily for both.
Is this, hold on, so you said this is Rum Nitty's biggest battle, but is this A-Ward's toughest battle this year?
Yes.
It's his toughest opponent, yes, by far, to me.
Can you say the same in reverse?
Yes.
Danny's pretty tough between him and Danny. Ward special this year. So
Yeah, that swamp was crazy. That swamp was crazy.
I'm gonna say it right now. A-Ward is the most dangerous battle to take in battle rap right now. That is the most dangerous.
I disagree. And I rock with A-Ward.
Here's the reason why.
I disagree.
Right? Because the only other name I think is in that conversation might be Easy, but the difference is that I think that Easy.
I don't want to do this,
and A-Ward are two of the most
but I might have to do it.
In general, in terms of just how difficult they are to beat at their current level.
You ever heard of Sue Surf on the main stage?
Right. Yeah. I said what
I think Easy's more dangerous.
Sue Surf on the main stage. Tay Rock, Charlie Clips, K Shine right now. What we doing? Easy right now. What we doing? We could even bring in Murder Mook that had time to prepare and stuff like that. What are we doing?
Nah. Because
Pat Stay. What are we doing? Iron Solomon, if he decide to come back, what are we doing?
All right.
It's a lot of names. And I think A-Ward respectfully would agree.
Go a little too far, Black.
You said don't go too far? I can't.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
I can't.
I
say Bill. What's up?
A-Ward is playing with house money in a lot of situations. Like A-Ward is one of the most consistent. He's one of the most
Facts.
Prepared. He's one of the most well-rounded.
Facts.
He doesn't do anything. He doesn't do anything at least at a top level. Everything he does is at a great or above level, which is very rare.
Okay.
Like it's just.
Can I
it's
ask you a
just,
question?
Yeah, go ahead, Ken.
I don't think he's gonna get smoked, but just humor me here for a second.
Yeah.
Let's say Rum Nitty smokes A Ward.
It's gonna hurt.
Does that make his chances of ending up on URL worse?
Yes.
Easily.
Okay.
So I think it changes nothing.
You think it changes nothing?
Just knowing what I know and from both, because I shot A Ward. I talked to A Ward. I talked to URL. Obviously, it's just a situation where they're not coming to terms. So whether he wins or not, it is what it is.
I think it changes his leverage, though, because, I mean, there's negotiations that come into, him wanting however, he doesn't want exclusivity and getting that to get the Pat Stay-ish kind of deal that I think he...
Unless you're Pat Stay-ish, you're not going to get the Pat Stay-ish deal. Unless you're Arsenal-ish, you're not going to get the Arsenal-ish deal. Like, certain names got that. It's just simple as that.
Yeah. Well, he's trying to build his brand to that. So I think, if Rum Nitty, the way that he's looked at, super respected, you know what I'm saying, amongst the community at all levels, if you're able to win that, I think it gives you more power in negotiations than if you're to get 30, like you said. I think it would at least, it would be a negotiation piece that they could point at.
Okay.
I think if you make a classic, it makes for a great negotiation later. But I think that you take a high risk in losing to Rum Nitty, and then people around saying, "See, you couldn't even hang with Rum Nitty. Everybody talked all that shit. They predicted you to win. You lost. You got smoked or whatever." It changes the conversation.
But the reverse could also be true. What if he goes in there and 30s Rum Nitty?
Well, then that's obvious. But that's why I'm asking the other side. Like, what does it destroy, or does it lessen the odds of?
I think it would help him more than it would hurt him, if that makes sense. If he goes in there and washes Nitty, which I don't think most people except one expect, right? Let's say he goes in there and washes Nitty, then that will help him exponentially going forward with his profile. You know what I'm saying? His resume, etc. If he loses to Rum Nitty, right, and let's say he gets washed, it definitely hurts him, but it does not. I don't think it hurts him as much as it would help him if he wins.
Okay.
I think if he beats Rum Nitty, we'll have a similar situation like last year, because I feel like last year, A Ward's resume, they didn't respect too much or heavily. But when he battled Ichigati, consensus felt he won. It's like, yo, wow, look what A Ward's doing. Now he's a top 5, a top 3, even number 1 possibly in terms of a top 20. Right now, you got to think, I've seen multiple lists. You know what I'm saying? I've seen this list. Shout out to Black Compass and LTB. I've seen their list. How low was he? If he beats Rum Nitty, I guarantee they'll put him top 3, or even talk about him being number 1 for right now. Because now, like, oh, he's 8-0. I didn't even know he battled 8 times. That Nitty battle, him beating Nitty, is the beacon. It's the beacon right there. I'm telling you, he has to beat Nitty. He has to beat Nitty.
So let me see something.
I was gonna address something with Ward real quick on resume. I don't, and hopefully, come Champion of the Year debate time, and just something I've noticed, Ward obviously ends up having a lot of battles by year's end usually.
Yes.
The big talk, 20, quality over quantity, but I think overall most top tiers per year, exceeding maybe like Geechee and some of these other guys that battle a lot, have about 5 to 7 top tier, fellow top tier matchups by the end of the year, and that's being generous. And I think Ward has that along with the fluff. So I don't want people to hyper-focus on some of the one-rounders and smaller league ventures and say, oh, it's 21 battles and nothing. At the minimum, and I think last year about 7 to 8 of those battles are extremely high mid-tier comp going into top-tier comp. Ill Will, Gichigati battled Shug last year. So hopefully this year people don't hyper-focus on just the small league stuff, because it's not quantity over quality. His resume has both. So just want
for this year,
state that. I think he's working that way. I mean, at this point, he's got the victory over clean. He's going to have Rum Nitty on his resume. And
QB, Reed Dollars.
Right, and then Reed. So by year's end, you get 1 or 2 more top tiers. I really don't care how many small league ventures he takes, because even though I don't hold much value to it, a lot of it ends up being local level talent. If you have your 7 to 8 names of comp that you battled, it doesn't matter. That stuff is extra. At least to me.
He 30'd Don Marino in a grudge match He's 30 QB. Don't forget about that. He does have a win over Reed Dollars, however you decide to call that. And
Philly.
He did beat Clean Paper, but I'm sorry, my correction is he has 11 battles. And one of the battles, the 2-on-2 that happened early in the year, personally to me is one of the battles of the year. That 2-on-2 is incredible.
Is that the one with MVP and KD?
Yep.
Absolutely. That battle is crazy.
That battle's crazy. That happened at the top of the year, huh?
There's not a dry round in that entire battle. It's insane. But yeah, he's got 11 battles. Just so you know, Bars Major, Busy, T-Double. Go watch the T-Double battle. He almost lost that battle. We don't have to talk about it right now. Lee Majors, Tom Nixon, and Stack Boy Chuck is the last battle I watched, which just dropped recently from A-Ward. So he's got 11.
Now, what is this going to mean for Nitty if Nitty stops A-Ward? Clearly.
I would have him probably top 6, top 7, or at least entering that conversation.
But because has A-Ward been stopped in years? Has he been stopped by
He
somebody?
just had to stumble against Rosenberg. That's it.
I mean,
Rosenberg didn't stop him,
I don't know
though.
how much weight you put into that.
Ill Will didn't stop A-Ward. Reed didn't stop A-Ward. Geechee didn't stop A-Ward has not been stopped. Kamari Usman. He hasn't been Usmaned. You understand? Respectfully.
Wow.
Respectfully. I say with all respect. I know it's too soon. My fault. He has not been stopped, outclassed, separated in years.
So even if Nitty wins, all right, in my opinion, even if Nitty wins.
They saying Excel. Shout out to Excel.
Even if Nitty wins, his only 3 wins at this point at least would be A-Ward, Gaddis, and real name Brandon. That's it.
Okay.
I mean, I had him beating Danny.
I had it debatable, but I respect that opinion.
I mean,
don't get me wrong.
Look, I want to forget about the year right now, the pathway to the championship. I just want to say in general, like, okay, what if Nitty is the man? Like, again, we just mentioned years of not being stopped. He did battle Excel. Excel did win. We'll give him that, right? But for the most part, outside of that, A-Ward has not been stopped.
Right.
Easy has not been stopped. If Goods would have stopped Easy, you know what that meant for Goods, regardless of a year? So if Nitty stops, like, oh, this is a clear separation. You don't belong where I'm at my tier. When I'm serious, I had a month now. I got a month and a half to write for you on Riot. Each got his league. Now we see what it is. Neutral playing field in Atlanta. What does that say about Nitty?
I guess an analogous question would be, who stopped Shine's run, and what did that do for them? You know what I mean?
Well, who did stop Shine? Chilla.
Okay. And what did it do for Chilla?
It did a lot for Chilla, but he sat down.
Yeah,
he literally, because he won champion of the year, and then he beat Shine, and he chilled. Chilla chilled after that. He took 5 months off and got Tay-Rock.
Right after that.
Probably why he sat was for the milestone play. It just didn't pan out. Probably how he wrote it up in the lab.
Yeah. But in the moment, that was a huge deal.
It was a huge deal.
That was arguably one of his biggest wins
Facts.
in general.
Facts.
So it could do a lot, and even for some, and think about where Chilla was at that moment in time. You know, Chilla was just won Cody. So, and even then, it was a big look to stop Shine's run. I think Rum Nitty, with all the respect we throw in his name, all the flowers we give him that he obviously earns, being the one to stop Rum, being the one to stop A-Ward for his mans after A-Ward beat you twice, after A-Ward beat, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, it's
the second one was debatable. Go ahead, though.
I'm 100% certain Rum wants to be in this. All right.
The second battle was debatable.
Yeah, the only I don't know about you guys, but the result of this battle, if someone wins body, however it goes, I can't see anyone from this battle eclipsing JC, Swamp, Bill, and maybe Rock. So probably somewhere in this 5 to 7 range. If like either of them get a super favorable outcome or win clear, I could see them shooting maybe right outside the top 5 conversation. But I think Swamp, JC, Bill, and like I said, kind of Rock are the ones that I think they're a little too high up right now to just get jumped in one battle.
Right now, for me at least, if if the Reaper beats Surf, he is uncatchable. There's no way
I
he
will
catch him.
100%.
Definitely a good debate for that.
With you.
I agree.
Hold on. I guess we can segue it. Let me set it up properly. So the majority of us, I'm popping my shit. People understand I play devil's advocate. You know what I mean? I say what I say, but I also have A Ward slightly, like a 53% to 47% over Rum Nitty. So just playing devil's advocate. It is what it is. And I think we haven't really brought up the fact that Rum Nitty rebuttals as well, but we know that A Ward's level of rebuttal is way higher than everybody right now at this point. So it is what it is. But with that being said,